All right. Well, good morning and welcome to Sonora and Living Live. I'm Stephanie Sandoval.
Was that out loud? Did that go on the air?
I don't think so.
Good morning, I'm Andy Barnes. It is a big birthday today. It's not Stephanie's and it's not mine, thank goodness.
I know, I've had mine for the year. I don't need 2 a year.
But it's a Valley radio station celebrating their birthday. And you know, we always like being part of celebrations. So KDKB, they're 40 years old today.
Yes.
Lots
40
of
years old.
Rush and Led Zeppelin and...
Well, you went over to the studio, and I was supposed to go, but then I got sick that day.
Right.
Remember, it was a Friday, and I was supposed to go, so
I went by myself. So we're going to show you some behind-the-scenes stuff, and we're going to be talking to the chef, who you can't see, but he's standing right next.
Actually, I think they saw him on the way, like kind of on the way in.
Okay.
All right, so let's get things started here in the kitchen, because as we were mentioning, anybody who's been in the Valley for any certain number of years, let's say like 40, well, you know the radio station KDKB has been around. It is the longest running FM rock station in Phoenix, and today they are celebrating, as we just mentioned, their 40th anniversary. So we thought, what the heck, come on down, celebrate with us in our kitchen.
Yes.
And share some of the rich history along the way as well. So one of their DJs, a familiar face, perhaps Sludge, is here to do just that. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
It's so
Thank you
good
for having
to
us.
see you.
Yeah, 40 years. It's unbelievable today. I wasn't there 40 years, but I've been here the past year and a half, and it's amazing. It's a big accomplishment. So thanks to everybody out there that listens, you know.
Well, as you celebrate, and as you were thinking about like celebrating with KDKB 40 years, did it ever occur to you that you'd be in the kitchen cooking a meal as a DJ?
Absolutely.
Really?
This is what I do. I mean, of course. And plus, because you didn't come in the studio, so I had to cook for you. So it's a special dish that my grandmother came up with, Grandma Sludge's Awesomeness.
Grandma Sludge's Awesomeness. Truly, what is this recipe, and what do we have?
Well, should I just get started, or what do you want?
Yeah,
I mean,
do that
basically, it's you know, it's like a bacon cheeseburger on steroids. So
I love it already.
So I ate one last night as a test case, and I gained 6 pounds in like just eating one of them. So I'll just get started with it, kind of get going here.
Yeah, let's do it.
First off, you gotta use pan with butter, because butter makes everything better.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So always use butter in the tray. I'm gonna mess up your kitchen a little bit. Is that all right?
That's all right. Andy and I do that almost every day,
Yeah.
and we are still getting paid for it. So that's that's a good thing.
Yeah, you can't go enough with this, and these are my special ingredients. But I'm making just one, I guess. I'll make one for everybody. But,
what is that?
It's a Bubba burger, but the thing about Bubba burgers, it's awesome, is you don't have to defrost them. They're like frozen. You just throw them right in the pan. Perfect for like a single dude like me. So you know what I mean. I don't have to worry about like a lot of time preparation. You just throw it in there when it's frozen. Bubba burger.
Why is that a weird shape, or is it just?
Well, it'll probably round out. It looks like Texas. Actually, kind of like Arizona.
Yeah, they're all. It looks like a flower. No, and the other one's just like it. They're odd shapes. That's cool.
Is it a conspiracy?
I don't know.
I don't know. They're trying to change the game. And I'm just gonna throw some bacon, boar's head bacon. I bought all this stuff at Fry's, by the way. I'm not trying to do an extra plug. I didn't, but Fry's is good stuff. So I'm gonna just throw some bacon over here, the boar's head bacon. And you can nuke this too, but I'm going to put it in the pan for you ladies.
All kidding aside, how
saying?
many days out of the week would you say you cook, like a decent meal for yourself?
Like, this is the first
time in the last decade?
In the 40 years of KDKB's history, pretty much. This is it.
So what, do you just go and knock on your neighbor's doors? That's how you're fed, or?
I watch your show and know where to go eat.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Boom!
Local.
How about it?
Local, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like eating local. I like local places. I mean, chain places are fine, all that. But when I moved here, like, I want to find like Arizona places.
Yeah.
I've been here like for years. I mean, that's what I like. Where the guy who owns the place comes out in an apron like this and like sits with you at your table. That's what I like.
I like your
Yeah, a little KDKB apron by the So I don't know who made that, but I'm gonna end up shoving some mashed potatoes, which I made last night to save some time. Yeah, that goes in the pita. See, like this is gutted out. It's a Asiago cheese bread thing here. So I'm going to shove mashed potatoes all in there. It's a meat and potatoes meal. I grew up in the Midwest, so it's a meat and potatoes meal like all in one like sitting. And you'll pretty much like, you've ever heard of the pill Ambien?
It's like taking Ambien. The blind over here.
Sorry, I just want to make sure it was on.
Are you messing with my kitchen?
No, I'm trying to make it
trying to make it warmer. Okay. While this heats up a little bit, I'm going to switch sides with you. I'm dancing behind you.
Yeah.
Can we take a look at some pictures? Because
40
years, there's a lot that's happened over that time.
Yeah.
And if you first of all, you can't look back at pictures without looking at the hair.
Yeah. So. I mean, a lot of the chin strap beards. I got kind of the burns going a little bit right now, but back then that was awesome. They didn't have to care about anything.
Look at that.
No trimming of beards. But yeah, I mean, it's the history of this station going back 40 years. There's only a handful of stations in the country that have been around the same format 40 years. Of course, it started over on Country Club in Mesa. And Dwight Tyndall and Eric Hohenstein started it. And, you know, this is just two guys that had a dream and they just went ahead and did it. And, you know, things like that, if they last a short period of time, it's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So for 40 years, especially with, you know, corporations buying things and all that, this station is local. It's totally Phoenix. It's totally Arizona. And we operate almost like it's the 70s still. We have staff on all day long where a lot of stations don't do that anymore. So
oh, okay.
It's,
and do they still have the same hairstyle? Or?
No.
No, okay.
Actually, you know what? A couple people do have that hair in the studio. I got to get them a buzz.
The best of Tim and Mark's prank calls.
Those guys, I do mornings now, but those guys ruled mornings for like 15 years here. They were awesome. And, you know, that's another thing for a morning show to stay on that long. Hopefully I'll be here.
Oh, you'll be here, no doubt, for sure. So I hear you've got a little story with Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, they came in the studio and they were working on a record, and you know, a lot of bands, of course, they'll debut a song or whatever's going to happen, but they brought their whole record into the studio and played it before even their record company knew. So, hey, you guys want to hear this? And they just walked in.
Really?
And played it on the air, the whole thing.
What was the connection to Phoenix? Why would they do that in Phoenix?
They actually lived here. A couple of them lived here, and they just knew the station and just drove over and did it. So, I mean, it's amazing that, you know, again, that was the friendly environment. We have that today with listeners. I can't figure it out how, it kind of freaks me out sometimes, but listeners will just walk in and they say they want to see me, and then I'll just kind of walk out to the lobby and they say, I just want to talk to you for a minute, shake your hand. I'm like, you know, some people call security today, but we don't do that. You can just come on in and hang out.
Andy calls security. She's
Oh,
afraid
really?
of everybody.
Uh-huh. Yeah. She looks
I'm
like
afraid of everything.
Yeah. Well,
So
you
I tell you
better not
what.
be afraid of this.
No.
You man the bacon since it pops more, and
Yeah,
I'll.
the bacon. I'm going to throw some cheese on eventually. I lost one of my utensil things there.
This?
Whatever. Oh, yeah.
You do the bacon, and,
Yeah.
and I'll do the.
Oh, there you go.
Real quick, Sludge, is that your real name?
No, it's not.
So
Birth
Grandma
certificate.
Sludge, it really isn't a Grandma Sludge
Grandma
either.
Sludge was Zachy. It's kind of a combination, this whole thing of two grandmas. I don't want to skimp on a grandma, so it's two grandmas. We'll put it together.
But how did you come up with the name Sludge?
Oh, it's a comic book character I came up with that he would throw sludge, and whatever he threw it at would turn opposite. Like, let's say a rundown house would turn into like a mansion. Somebody like me might go into a tuxedo as opposed to
Has that
jeans
been
and
your
shit.
radio name the entire time?
No,
Sludge?
but I adopted that when I moved to. I was in Detroit when I did that. Moved to Chicago,
Okay.
and
When did you first get into the business?
20 years ago in 1990, yeah, something like that.
Well, Andy and I have roots in radio.
Yeah.
And I told her when I was so excited to go over, I said, the thing is, I'm a little nervous. Do they still have the cart machines and the reel-to-reels?
No.
Because that's what they had when I got it.
Everything's a computer now. It's real easy. You can come over, you can do the show. Come over and just do it, and I'll let you push any button and probably turn us off the air.
I'm sure I would, but isn't that funny how things changed? I mean,
It's
reel to reel. I mean, I would
And splice it together with the
splice it with a tape, and then I would play it back.
Andy, she's bragging over here a little bit about her reel-to-reel editing skills, I think. I don't know.
I was the fastest reel-to-reel editor in the South.
Wow.
In Conroe, Texas.
I saw that on Wikipedia.
My picture was
Yeah,
right
your picture
there.
was there next to reel-to-reel fast editor. You can look it up. Just Google a picture, you'll see her doing it. It'll be perfect.
Well, let's just kind of keep this cooking a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break so that we can make sure that this
Right on. Yeah,
gets up to
I'll be
speed.
throwing a lot of other ingredients and all that kind of stuff as we go along here, and it'll be delicious, I promise.
Delish. All right. Check in with you in just a little bit.